He's just released a video called Playing as Myself, Gender Expression in Gaming.
After I loaded up the game and he saw my character on the select screen, he stopped me and said, "Hang on, why are you playing as a girl?"
Yes! AGP! 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 Whoa!
well
Hey! What's this game? Oh, look, lovely titties. What guy that is totally comfortable and accepting of their gender is playing this? What is this? You're playing with Barbies at this point, dude. Stop coping, bro, and just accept that you are in the midst of transing out and there's nothing that can do to help you. We're about to engage in another psychic crusade against Salari. Nothing bad, nothing untoward, okay? We're literally just covering a video of his. I just know that he specifically commented on people talking about him, and I think he might have been talking about me. Maybe, possibly. Anyway.
So
this guy is absolutely brilliant. And for those of you that don't remember, I'm going to replay you the segment that brought about great joy, because it's funny, and also it normally means that people just start chucking money at me because of how pathetic he is. So let's see if it works again, okay? So here we go. So this guy had this take. Prepare yourselves.
since I'm fairly open about where I stand politically and share many of my opinions about a variety of things, understandably, I've been met with some opposition. Because of this, I've had to deal with situations in which people have cherry-picked statements to criticize or recontextualize them in order to make them seem far worse than what.
So this guy, in another video, was talking about people like reacting to him and stuff, which I think was a reference to me. Pick your poison, man. Pick your poison. Do you want people taking clips and miscontextualizing you? Or do you want them watch your entire video and railing on you for 2 hours? Which would you prefer?
What was intended. On a couple of occasions, I've had people who have an issue with me completely fabricate information about me, like telling people how they've looked into my history and found something that will end my career, and how they'll...
This guy will be a woman in about 8 months, I feel it. Well, we'll get to that.
Post it on Reddit. This isn't unique to me, but I've also had long-term supporters and people who support me on Patreon withdraw their pledges because they didn't agree with something I said in a video. Creators have access to exit surveys on Patreon where donors can state the reason why they're stopping. And on
Bro, I don't know if I spoke about this part before, right? I don't really use Patreon that much, in fairness, but I have literally never read any of that. I don't read any of that shit. I don't bother. I'm just like, yeah, if you want to pay me some money, do so. If not, quietly exit, and I'm not going to bother reading why you've left. I literally couldn't care less. This guy sat there like, why is he leaving? Oh no, he said he disagreed with me. No, more abuse.
Multiple occasions, I've had people say, sometimes in very cruel ways, how they're pulling their support because I've said something that they didn't entirely agree with.
Oh.
These have been people who've supported me since the beginning, told me how they admire me and my work, but all it took was one thing for them to change all that. Things that in my and other people's opinions aren't in...
Philosophy Tube's gay brother.
Oh. Philosophy Tube's gay brother. Oh, we're getting close to it in a bit.
Offensive, or without merit.
Let's finish this and we'll get to it.
Financial circumstances change, and not everyone can afford a monthly pledge to a content creator. Some people also just stop enjoying your content or don't have the time to watch it.
Yeah, this came out a while ago.
I do not begrudge them for that. For smaller creators such as myself, Patreon income is extremely important. Not only is it the place where I can earn more than YouTube revenue, but it's far more stable and reliable than it. Even a $1 donation is worth more than 1,000 views. It's that valuable. For people to use it as a means to ensure that the content you create
get over it, loser, cry more,
opinions identically, and to threaten your livelihood if you step out of line is frankly appalling. If I'm being more frank, holding someone's income hostage is also a form of financial abuse.
Dude. Absolute gem. Absolute gem this video was at the time. Financial abuse because people are leaving your Patreon. What an absolutely pathetic sentiment. Bro, that's called, like, churn, okay? That's the business terminology for it. The people that leave your fucking business, and then you've got to find new people to replace it with in some fashion, right? It's a constant flux when it comes to content creation. There's going to be people that are going to support you, and then they're not going to support you. And you need to have enough people coming in that replace the people that don't support you anymore, and maybe grow as well. That's the concept. That's the idea. Hopefully you grow over time, right? And if that's not working for you, I'm not being mean. This is plainly stated. It's time to get a fucking job because you're clearly not, running your content creation business effectively at that point. And then also on top of that as well, you need to have other forms of income that are not directly reliant on people putting their hands in their pocket that you've kind of rely on. Not getting into the details too much, okay? But obviously, there's some days where there's more support, some days where there's less support. Obviously, it's always nice to have more support. But the reason I try not to like panic or worry about it too much, even if it's a slower day, is because there's always ad revenue running in the background. It's why it's so annoying when people tell me to turn it off. It's like, well, no, why would I do that? That's like insane. But the point is, you want to have some baseline of ad revenue that is going to see you through so that the support is obviously necessary. Like you need the support, but you can have off days or off times when you're not getting the same level and you've still got a baseline that you can rely on and fall back on, Like the baseline should not be, I think early on in your career, the financial support can be more of the baseline. But as you grow your audience, you hope that advertising revenue can take up a big portion of that as well. And then you're not as reliant on people necessarily giving you money. And so this idea of like $1 is better than 1,000 views, sure, but there's also a benefit in people just watching your content so that you can earn advertising revenue too without people necessarily having to put their hand in their pocket. It's like you need both working in conjunction with each other, Yes, yeah. I do stream full time. Actual full time, like 40 hours a week, by the way. Not fucking any of this, fucking, oh, I stream full time and I stream 2 hours a day, 3 days a week, right? Or fucking denim schedule. And this is the other thing as well. I can't believe I'm saying all this shit again, but I love talking about this. These people don't do full-time hours and they expect a full-time wage. Well, you need to,
Okay, that's wonderful.
you need to be at the top echelons to get to the point where that's the case. Thank you for the $2. Babka, you two kind of look alike. Yeah, I guess we kind of do. He's a bit trimmer. He's a little bit trimmer than me, though, to be honest. But that's fine. And a bit less of a beard, too. And a better hairline. And more attractive. Basically, he's the better version of me. Except he's soy, okay? That's the downside.
So, if you're one of the people who use that method on me or any other creator, you should know that when you're being explicit about this behavior, you're causing psychological harm to a human being. On one occasion, and I won't mention it by name because I don't want to revisit it due to the trauma it caused.
Oh my God,
I mean legitimate trauma. I had 20 patrons withdraw their pledge. Some who had been there since I began my page.
Bro.
Because I asked people to question their relationship with content creators. It
sounds like you shouldn't have done that, you fucking retard. Unlucky. Bro, it's like the most pathetic presentation of this. Anyway, we are going to move on in a sec. This is one of my favorite like Breadtube crash out moments ever. Crying about not getting enough Patreons and getting sad and getting traumatized by people leaving.
Turned out that their parasocial connection with some creators was strong enough that what I said angered them, and I lost a not insignificant amount of my monthly income, which I need to live on and pay for production costs at the same time. Oof. For a creator with thousands of patrons, that can be an acceptable loss.
Oh, boy.
But for someone like me and other creators like me, who's currently surviving on below poverty wages from YouTube revenue.
I'm surviving on below poverty wages. I wonder if there's anything that can be done about that. Nope, just keep everything as it is. I'm sure that's what you need to do. Bro, stream a bit. Do something else. Diversify your revenue streams. Go on to Kick, the big scary platform. Do something. Do anything, bro. I'm pretty sure he did try and stream. Anyway, we're really getting the same points, okay? We get the gist. That's why I like this guy. He's so pathetic and he's so wretched. Very funny, very amusing to talk about, very amusing to go over, okay? Now, the reason I'm talking about this guy again, and I thought I'd covered everything this guy had done, but it's not true. There's some videos I've skipped because they haven't really been of interest to me. But this one, I feel, is a great...
This video is brought...
You know, kind of intersection, should we say, okay? So let's have a little look. We skipped his 4-hour video essay. He's just released a video called Playing as Myself, Gender Expression in Gaming. Oh! AGP, 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 AGP. And the thumbnail says, Gender Role-Playing Video Games and Why It Matters.
Time.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, Salari. What's going on here? What's going on here? Get the fucking estrogen ordered already, mate. Cut your dick off. It's too late. It's happening. You're transitioning whether you like it or not. Anyway. Oh my god, look at this mug that he's got here as well. Depression is a bitch, but so am I. Oof. Oof.
Put my phone in do not disturb mode in case I receive my one phone call a year. When I was young,
Wait, what's that?
phone call a year.
What's those colours? What does the colour mean? What do the colours mean? Is that some sort of queer shit? Is that some sort of queer sign? What are the colours? What does yellow and purple mean? Someone look at what yellow and purple gay shit means now.
When I was younger, I remember once I had a friend over while I was playing the MMO Guild Wars 2. I played it quite a lot at the time, and I was trying to show him what makes it good and why he should try it. After I loaded up the game and he saw my character on the select screen, he stopped me and said, "Hang on, why are you playing as a girl?"
Yes! Perfectly valid question. Perfectly valid question. I've spoken about this a lot recently, but if you're an actual man, okay, depends on your race, I guess. But for me, character selection, race, white, okay? Class, soldier, weapon, sword. Class, knight, soldier, sword, whatever, gun, shoot, slice, gun. And then load into the game and you're good to go, okay? White warrior. Just I don't care about all these options. Make me the white warrior man now. There we go, done. Okay? That's how it's done. That's how it's done. There's even memes that talk about this. If you
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
People like this should get spat on daily. Go live in Blackpool, mate. It's way worse than YouTube content.
Thank you. Yes, dude, this thing. Oh wow, a fantasy RPG game with dozens of races. Race, human, white, sex, male, class, knight with a longsword, time to game. Yes, dude. This is exactly what it is. Okay? If you are playing as a woman, you are either autistic, okay, some sort of pervert, or transgender. Potentially all three, to be honest with you.
That's wonderful.
Okay, but you're at least one of those.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the super chats. Do you like animals? Do you have any pets? Yeah, I like cats. I like cats and dogs. I had a hamster once, but it died. Very difficult to look after, I feel. Anyway, it's a long time ago. It lasted for a few years, but Jesus, man, they're quite tough. Anyway, thank you for the super chats. So, anyway, in any case, yeah, I always give a bit of like, I'm the same. If my mate was playing as a woman, I'd be like, why are you playing as a woman? What's going on? Why aren't you playing as a white? Why aren't you playing as a white guy with a sword? What the fuck is that about? So anyway, nonetheless, let's hear him out. We're only 30 seconds in. We're already pause Andying. We're already poisoning the well. So let's just relax. Maybe he's going to move on to a good point.
I replied, well, what's wrong with that? And he said, well, it's weird. As he said this, he had this look of confusion and judgment on his face, which made me feel uncomfortable. And given that I was young and still overly concerned with what male peers thought about me, I felt it was best to talk my way out of it instead of trying to explain it, because the truth is, I didn't fully understand why I chose to play as a woman either. I just wanted to.
Oh no, dude. AGP! 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 Bro, there's lots of reasons that you could say that maybe explain it, right? I don't really buy it. I mean, I literally stopped playing Cyberpunk because I accidentally chose the woman's voice and it was very unnerving for me. But I don't know. I wanted to see what the conversation options were like as a woman. I wanted to see if how the story changed being a woman. You know? I wanted to look at a hot woman when I was playing. I don't think of myself as her. I just like looking at her ass. I don't know. There's lots of ways you could probably explain it. But this guy was just like, I don't know, man. I better just explain my way out of this one. Dude. I don't know. I wanted to play as a woman, okay? I didn't realise. I didn't know. You got some... It's fine. I'm not even that hateful of like the gender stuff if you're like got some gender shit going on. But God, it's like so... Dude, what's going on, bro? AGP! 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 Okay, we got to stop doing that. Come on.
I took the easy option and said that it's because she's hot. And
Hey!
that worked with him. He believed
Yes,
that
he
my
did it.
reasons were driven purely by a need to be titillated, and that as a straight man, nothing else could
Okay, he did it, to
possibly
be fair.
be
Pause Andy
gained
a bit.
by stepping into the shoes of another gender. Throughout the years, video games have had no shortage of women characters who are designed to have sex appeal and cater to the male gaze. And in most games, you're not given the choice for which gender you want to play as.
Whoa! Hey! What's this game? Oh, look, lovely titties. It's Stellar Blade. Oh, Stellar Blade. It's Stellar Blade, guys. The titties. I thought they made it woke and gay. Look at those big titties.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Hey, it's Trump again. No handouts, for e-baggers that is. Here's your Trump change, Mr. ChudLogic.
Thank you for the super chats. It was just it's so crazy that they tried to characterize this game as like gone woke because they put like a couple of pixels of gusset over the pussy and then this outfit's like this. Oh, come on, dude. And honestly, I don't have a problem with these sorts of sexy games. I don't really play them, but I understand people might like them. But the appeal is for me.
That's wonderful.
Like, yeah, they're hot.
But how do I make money?
But what are you going to do, jerk off to
people?
it? How does that work? You're supposed to be playing the game. Thank you for the super chats. How are you going to engage with it? Like, is it just looking at it that titillates you? Is that it? No, I just don't get it. It's a bit odd for me, you know? You just play the game. Yeah, but all the tits are bouncing around and that, aren't they? You're just bricked up playing it, ready, and then you take a break. You take a break every hour. Yeah. Okay.
Are written can vary. They can be well fleshed out, but there are some cases, especially in the past, where a design with sex appeal was the main concern.
What, dude? You play with a fucking auto jerker on. One of those machines that just jerks you off while you play. Set up an elaborate fucking contraption so that you can simultaneously have both hands playing whilst getting jerked off, watching some big-titted whore bounce about the screen.
The selling point. There's also an abundance of games with male protagonists, by which I mean the majority of games. So if a player is looking for a surrogate that can help them realize an ideal version of masculinity, or even themselves, they have plenty of choices, contrary to popular current beliefs among certain crowds. Whenever I play a game where you can create a character though, I always pick a woman. Back then, I didn't fully understand why I did this, but I can say that it wasn't to be aroused. The more I thought about it though, the clearer it became.
That's a problem then, isn't it? So it wasn't to be aroused, it's because you're gay, basically. It's because you're some flavour of gay.
I figured out that I chose to play as a woman because it provides me with an experience I can't have in real life. It allows me to see things outside of the lens of a straight male, and some games, such as BioWare
Okay.
games, at least the older ones, Bethesda titles, and CRPGs.
My guess is that's a cope and he's going to be transing out, okay? That's my guess. However, let's engage with it as he's stating it, right? Let's engage with it as he's stating it. I did say that, you know, seeing what it's like as a woman, I can understand that perhaps. So you want to see what the conversation options are and stuff like that. However, he is presenting it like in a very, oh, well, you know, I'm a straight white male. I don't want to see like the world is like when I'm not a straight white male. I don't know, dude. That feels very like you're presenting that for your soy audience and your woke audience. I don't really buy that myself. You just want to see what happens if you say X, Y, and Z to this character as a woman or something, at best. I think it's other reasons, but we'll see. Let him cook. Maybe he's got more to say.
Even contain situations where if you are playing as a woman, that character can be treated differently by others, from gender discrimination to the kind of NPCs that find your character.
Oh my god, dude.
Coming out as trans because you played games as the female character is levels of mind are at pain never seen before.
Thank you for the super chat. Bro, the idea that you care about gender discrimination to the level where you're playing a video game as a woman to see what that looks like. Now that is longhoused. There's been a lot of conversation about being longhoused. That is giga longhoused if you're genuinely doing that.
So attractive. It was interesting to me because I already knew what it was like to be a male, and to be honest, it kind of sucks most of the time. Not only that, but it can be gender discrimination to the kind of NPCs that find your character attractive. It was interesting to me because I already knew what it was like to be a male, and to be honest, it kind of sucks most of the time.
I think he's talking about in the game, by the way. I can't relate. There's definitely downsides in society of being a man. I can't relate to the idea that it just generally sucks. But I think, to be fair to him, I'm pretty sure he's talking about the game. I think he's talking about in the game.
Not only that, but it can be painfully boring. I wanted some semblance of an experience for what it's like to not be my gender, and eventually...
Oh, no, he is talking about in real life. He is talking about in real life. Okay. No, he is. Yeah, he is. I misunderstood. He's saying that outside of that, life is like that, and in a game, I get to be something different. Yeah, okay.
I also came to love the idea of using the medium as a form of gender expression that I feel too inhibited to have in my daily life. And it felt great.
Okay, yeah. 6 months.
Okay, that's wonderful.
6 months.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Bring back bashing.
Okay, please don't put slurs. Okay, thank you for the super chat, but chill out on that. You are not doing gender expression in a game if you don't have some sort of gender bent shit going on. That's like, you know, like I accidentally picked the voice of a woman in Cyberpunk, and it was very unnerving, and I didn't like it, and I'm so much so that I'm going to restart it again and play it on stream at some point. What interest have you got in doing gender bent shit? Unless there's something deeper within that, within your psyche, that has a question of your gender expression. I don't know, dude. It just doesn't... There's some trans stuff going on here. There's no two ways about it.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
He's onto something. A woman's experience is just like being a busty broad wrapped in leather carrying a sword. Please normalize this.
Thank you for the super chats. Accidentally. Yes, yeah. So I was doing the character creation, and I picked the woman's voice as a laugh to see what it was like, and then I forgot to change it back. So then I ended up with like this big black guy with a big cock in Cyberpunk, and then it had this female voice, and it was just, yeah, very odd. Very odd.
It feels great to this day. I can accept that I don't fit the mold.
Woman's voice for a man's body. Just show me the penis, lady. Stylo, you are so basic in your thinking, trying to do very simplistic gok jokes, okay? It's because I'm self-inserting as the character that I'm playing, okay? So you perceive yourself as the character on the screen, as the first-person view, and then you hear a woman's voice come out, and you're a man, and it feels weird, okay? That's it. It's not that fucking deep, okay? It's not to do with that, okay?
Of your typical man, something which has made it difficult to fit in with other men. However, I'm still caught within the confines of masculinity. I accept that for what it is, but as gender expression goes, I have to admit that I am envious of the options women and
You self-inserted as a big black guy with a huge cock then? Okay. I think I need to come clean about something else. This is gonna... You guys... You're gonna... Okay. Also, as well as the voice, yes, having a self-selection game and playing as a black guy, okay? I'm not a fan. I'd rather play as a white guy, okay? Is that a problem? Does that make me racist? If so, so be it, okay? But yes, it's funny for you guys that I play as a black guy because I'm not black, but I'd rather play as a white guy, okay? I'm sure that black people often feel the same. There's been a lot of discourse about there's not enough black characters in video games, okay? I don't have a problem if you're literally forced to do it. But let's just say when I was playing, you know, GTA 5, I was always a little bit disappointed when I had to go back and play as the black criminal. I'd much rather play as the cool guy white criminal that's like the guy from Heat. I always preferred that. If that makes me racist, then so be it, okay?
and non-binary people have, and find it ridiculous that male society considers the idea of coloring outside of the lines inconceivable. Man is an unusual animal. He's so confident with the script of masculinity that the thought of making potentially positive changes is terrifying. When I create a female character in the game, although my goal isn't to rouse myself, I do go out of my way to look at
Right, come on, dude. Come on, dude. I go out of my way to make myself look pretty. Why? There's some absolute gems in here, dude. Oh my god. I mean, is anyone here a man that plays as a woman? Do you conceive of it in the same way? I don't do it. I'm not into it, okay? It's not my thing. I always like to play as a white soldier guy. Not even joking. That's what I do. Like, even if you do play as a woman, is this a consideration? Like, surely you would do it, but you wouldn't really care about that.
Okay, that's
like, there's got to be
wonderful.
something
But how do
beyond
I
it
make
if you're playing as a
money
woman.
off depressed
A bit pretty
The way
woman.
he pronounces con is gonna make me scratch my ears off.
Thank you for the super chats.
Why? Because well, we all want to look good, and I'm fairly sure everyone who makes a character goes out of their way to create a visually ideal body and face.
Bro, I swear to God, a trans person watching this will be doing the egg cracking memes right about now, right? And they'd be going, oh, you know, oh, he's gonna crack soon. But I think it's because there's some truth to that, in that this person clearly has got some thought process about this that isn't just a simplistic energy. There's something deeper there. It is 6 months. It's 6 months. Are we saying 6 months? Well, they're saying it with licking. The transoids are saying it licking their lips. They're like another one to add to our cause or something. I don't know. They're like, yes, another trans Breadtuber, perfect. Whereas we're just a bit more realistic about it.
LiquidCo2 became a member. LiquidCo2 celebrates 2 months of membership. This AGP will open OnlyFans if he loses any more Patreon support. 6 months for sure.
Oh, for God, dude. With that beard, come on, that's grotesque. Thank you for the super chat. He is self-inserting as this woman, just like how you self-insert as Tyrone Tron 6000. Bro, I do that to baselessly and fucking stupidly entertain chat. I don't want to be Tyrone Tron 6000, okay? I don't care about that. I'm going to be a white guy from now on. From now on, any game I play, I'm a white guy. No fucking around anymore.
Okay,
I'm not going to play your silly games where you're like, oh no, it's funny if you're black.
People.
I'm white and I'm proud of it, okay? No more. Thank you for the super chats.
Unless you prefer to create some kind of monstrosity for laughs. Like, Jesus Christ, you can make some abominations in Street Fighter 6. Oh, I make my character look nice because if this is my chance at expression,
Race
then
Arian.
I'd like them to look what I would want to look like, or something close to that, depending
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. What is
on
this?
visually ideal body and face. Unless you prefer to create some kind of monstrosity for laughs. Like, Jesus Christ, you can make some abominations in Street Fighter.
Okay. That's quite funny. I'll give him that. That's quite funny. That's a good meme. I always found it funny. I don't know if anyone else has got this experience, but in old football games, you could make like absolute monstrosities of footballers, and you could make them like massive like meatheads that could run really fast and stuff like that, and just make them look ridiculous. And there was many a fun night crafting the most absurd character you could.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Dude, you were a black VTuber. Cope more.
Thank you for the super chat. True, indeed.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how
Thank
do
you,
I
Sean,
make
as well for the
money
super chat.
off depressed people?
I play as a girl sometimes. And it's not even for guna reasons. Sometimes I see a game setting and just create a character based on that.
Giant head, small shoulders, big chest, big waist, small legs. And they'd be like the best stats you could give them. So they'd be buzzing around the pitch and stuff like that. You put them in goal, they're really good at that as well. You'd pull them out and they'd score. Obviously soccer for you Americans. But yeah, the character creation stuff is always good fun. So there we go. I'm not being mean all the time. You may be AGP and you may be about to trans out Salari, but we can at least connect on the idea that character creation is funny, okay?
6. Oh. I make my character look nice because if this is my chance at expression, then I'd like them to look what I would want to look like, or something close to that, depending on the tools.
What dude that isn't trans is sat there thinking, this is what I'd want to look like if I was a woman? Huh? There's no way, dude. That ain't normal, bro. Like, I think it would be the male gaze, maybe. It would be the kind of, not that you're playing to look because they're hot, but you're like, well, I might as well make them attractive because, you know, whatever. Not,
Okay, that's
I want to make them
wonderful.
attractive
But how
because
do
that's what I
money
want to look
off
like.
depressed people?
My username, based Arian Red Pist Hitler 1488.
Okay.
Also, goal.
Hey! Thank you for the super chats. Yes, we did the goal. Let's go. It worked. It worked, guys. Talk about this wretched guy. Worked perfectly. We love to see it.
As such, I've spent a lot of time with character creation tools, and the more options available to me, the more I sculpt. The size of the brow, the angle of the nose tip, the spacing between the eyes, iris color, limbal ring size, hair
Bro,
coloring,
come
it
on,
all gets
dude.
tweaked until I see someone that I wouldn't mind being. Whether
No way, man. Come off it. That's way too much. He's literally tweaking it perfectly of exactly what he'd want to look like. Oh. This bro's about to come crashing down to a transgender realization very soon. AGP, maybe? No, it's funny to say it's AGP, but you know, there could be... What is it? I think it's AGP, and the other one is HSTS. Is that the phrase for it? But the AGP thing is a funnier concept. Yeah, it's the mindset. Yeah. It's definitely the mindset he has. This is not a mindset that you have if you're just a fella playing around with being a woman in a game. You know? Can you do that? No, because that's probably a virus, so I'll be banning you imminently. Wow, thank you for that.
that's in Cyberpunk 2077, Dragon's Dogma 2, Monster Hunter, or Final Fantasy XIV, where I've spent the most time with a custom-made character. In the past, I've spoken about this when I discussed how masculinity can be a prison, and there's quite a lot of overlap between that and this subject. But one of the most confining aspects of being a man for me is
wanting to be pretty AGP, isn't it? Wanting to get off... Okay, I mean, we're being a bit flexible with the terms, okay? We're being a bit flexible, right? It's funnier to say that. Now, obviously, I can't discern what his mindset is when he's doing this, okay? And it could be perfectly innocent that he just is doing it because he wants to look like a pretty woman, okay? Whether or not he's bricked up, I'm not going to comment on. That's a bit inappropriate. But I do think that there's some aspect of his identity that he's questioning. And if he's got all these queries about his masculinity and stuff like that. You know, I think that men that don't have these kind of issues don't, like, they have issues with being a man, but they're quite grounded in their own masculinity, right? They're not thinking of it like, oh, if I'm going to play a game, I want to be the most perfect version of a woman that I can think of. And, you know, this is what I'd want to look like if I was a woman. I just don't think that guys think that way about it. The men in chat can obviously attest to this themselves. But often, it's not, you don't conceive of it like that. The way that he's describing it. To me, at least, it doesn't really stack up that he's, you know, just innocently doing this. There's something deeper there.
How we can express ourselves through clothing, accessories, or even makeup. I'd say the two biggest reasons why I've never gone too deep with expressing myself through feminine coded methods are the fact that I don't think that many of them would look good on me.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
This next one as well. Hey! Thank you for the 5 gifted. That's super generous. Appreciate that. Thank you. Let's go.
Okay, that's wonderful.
This next part.
But there's also the fear of being judged by other people.
No. Nah. There's no way, dude. Judged by other people? Who's going to judge you? There's no way. Come on. Who would do that? Who would do something? Who on earth would judge this guy for putting a dress on? No one in chat would do that. That would be outrageous behavior.
Men may have the most to say about it, but most women are also quick to judge something like a guy wearing makeup. That's not to say that I haven't dabbled. Wearing nail polish isn't breaking down any barriers, but it feels nice to do it, and it's extra nice if someone offers you a genuine compliment.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. I know some of you are very transphobic, okay? But I genuinely am not, like, hateful about the idea of this guy doing this. The thing that I just find a bit uncomfortable is the fact that he is clearly rationalizing his own desire to present in a more feminine way. And it's like you're just seeing it happen. And it seems quite clear that this is some sort of pathway towards some sort of transition later on down the line. And it's like, oh, God. It's rough to watch, you know? Dude, you got... Guys... Okay, I've got some standards, all right? Can we stop with the gawk jokes, please? It's not what you think it is, okay? I'm sick of it.
For them. When I started appearing on camera in my videos and absolutely hated how my Middle Eastern genes and pale skin made it look like I was coming off a week-long heroin binge with these dark...
Oh my god. That's like me when I take my glasses off, I get it. Yeah, it's tough out there. Yeah, he must be some sort of mixture. He's some sort of mixture, I'm guessing. Right?
Dark under eyes. I had to do something about it. So with my wife's help, she showed me how to hide them better using concealer, and it made showing my face to a few thousand people more bearable. On a couple of occasions, after I finished shooting...
No. If you're a dude, okay, well, maybe if you're like a metrosexual, why are you putting makeup on? Dude, makeup on to do your videos is crazy. Why are you putting makeup on? Just fucking do it raw. You gotta raw dog that shit, bro. You're a man. You're supposed to look a bit uggo, okay? That's how it's supposed to go. Unless you've got some sort of attractive gene thing going on, you're supposed to look a bit uggo. That's what male content creators are supposed to do. The weatherman wears makeup. Yeah, in a fucking studio where you got all fucking lights on you, where you look like a pale ghost if you didn't. The kind of makeup that you wear for actual like TV broadcast is because of the lighting that they have, right? I am actually just this white. It's not just the lighting. That's just how white I am. But yeah, not for a YouTube video. Not the lighting that you tend to have in YouTube. You don't need to do makeup. And also, it's not the kind of makeup of looking a certain tone. It's a concealer. He's trying to cover up like negative details of himself, you know?
A video, I've gone out with concealer still on and I feel better about myself. I thought about how ridiculous it was that this is supposedly something that I shouldn't be doing as a man, but no one would be able to tell if I was wearing makeup anyway, so why the hell does it matter? When I play a game with customization options, I think I'm trying to recreate that feeling in some way.
That means you're gay. If you're wearing makeup out and feel good about it, you're gay. Okay? End of conversation. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't really. It's not like a big thing. Like, it's not like a big. Obviously, it's not as crazy as him saying it's financial abuse. It's just seeing that he's probably going to trans. That's the thing that this is. And just little funny things here and there. What happened to glam rock? Well, they were called poofters at the time and whatnot, weren't they? Glam rock people were seen as like woofters and weirdos for doing it. Guys, I'm afraid to say, Kiss is gay. If you like watching Kiss, you are gay. I'm afraid to be the one to break it to you, okay?
I want to be considerate about my makeup. What color eyeshadow will go with my hair? Should I go bold with lipstick or something more subtle? Glossy or matte? Blush or no blush? Adding asymmetrical facial details to make them a bit unique? And what kind of color scheme would match my overall look? Personally, I really like good, strong red colors.
Okay. I think we're more confident with the AGP analysis. Bro, what is this dude wearing? Why would you dress him like this, bro? Some Asian sex outfit. What? Some Gooner sex Asian outfit. Oh my god. Like you are undoubtedly perceiving yourself as this person. You are perceiving yourself as like scantily clad. Yeah. AGP. 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 AGP.
Contrasted with black and maybe some dark blue accents. Magenta and turquoise can also be really nice. One misconception about makeup, which is unfortunately far too common and incredibly outdated, is that women select their appearance with the sole intention of catering to and attracting men. That shiny hair, red lips, and cheek blush are a method in which they can communicate to others that they are healthy and fertile. Human evolution may have hard-coded these into us as desirable traits in a person.
I don't know if he's going to make this point. Right? Is that how he's thinking of himself? Is that how he's thinking about himself? Is he thinking, oh yeah, I better put some lippy on so that I can look fertile? Oh my god. Oh.
But to say that a woman presents herself to the world like this with the only goal of attracting a partner is really insulting. The fact is, we all want to look nice, and wearing makeup that enhances your features and clothing that complements your figure is simply a way of feeling better about yourself, regardless of your gender. Because so many men have this solipsistic view that a woman's chosen method of presenting themselves is done so in order to be...
Well, also, that is like quite a narrow analysis of women's behavior that is a product of like I said, red pill mentality. I think Jordan Peterson said something like this. And like, there is obviously some truth to the idea. Like, when a woman is going on a date, the reason that they're putting makeup on is because, yes, they obviously want to sexually appeal to the person that they're going on a date with, right? But there are times, like a woman's going into an office, it's not 100% a product of wanting to be seen by a man and want to look fuckable. Okay? There's an element of wanting to communicate with other women as well and have like, you know, oh, I like your X, Y, and Z. You look great today. Da, da, da. They want to have those compliments from women too. They want to uplift each other, you know? So it's not quite as simplistic as just, oh, it's so men want to fuck them. It's because they also like the idea of women perceiving them as looking nice too, you know? And there's a self-image thing as well, right? Like we as a society have said that women look good in this way. You put that on, you adhere to that, you feel good about yourself, etc. So there's like a multitude of reasons, really. It's not that simple, I don't think, you know? But yeah. Clearly there's some biological reason why they do this. Come on, even the Egyptians were doing it thousands of years ago. Yes, there's some inherent human thing there. I don't know. There's probably something. Like, there's probably... What it probably is like, when you're pregnant or fertile or something, your lips get redder. I don't fucking know, dude. There's probably something in it somewhere. Yeah, sure. But I think society is, like, the most influential factor in how women present themselves to look, you know, attractive and nice, you know? I don't fucking know all the fucking biology shit, okay? Big red lips when a woman's ready to go, dude. You get the gist, you get the gist.
Seen by them,
Okay, that's
it can
wonderful.
deter
But how
women
do I
from
make
exploring
money
things
off
that they
depressed
may
people?
actually
What
want.
women need to do is look more like Nick Merckx, grow a beard, wear tight shirts with large muscles and occasionally stand by the pool with the sun.
Thank you for the super chats.
To try, like wearing bolder colors or showing more skin. Thankfully, I've never been of the mindset that women dress themselves up so they can be seen by me, and there's two reasons for that. One was that my mum told me when I was very young that it's wrong to do that, and two was that whenever I made a woman character in a game, I didn't once consider whether my choices would attract other players. I just wanted to look nice and feel good about myself. It's the joy of expression, and it's a shame that something like that is undermined by old...
Oh, no, he's not saying that he thinks that. He's saying that's what people say. And he doesn't agree with... Okay, I understand now. I mean, I think he's coping about the reason he's doing it. But, you know, I think that, yeah, sure. Like, there's an element of women wanting to look nice or something, right? Anyway, let's not get bogged down in the fucking red pill shit, okay? Let's not get too bogged down in that. But, I mean, yeah, it seems very far-fetched that people are playing a game and like, other people's attractiveness is having an impact on, you know, like what, they're gooning over you or something, or they're attracted to you as a character. There's probably some level of that where you get guys who get hoodwinked into thinking someone is a woman or an attractive woman. In fact, actually, I've got one case that goes against this, right? I used to be friends with someone on Xbox, and I played the original Gears of War game with them, like, all the time. Loads I played with them. And there was this woman. I won't say the names, just to be on the safe side. But there was this woman who had this profile picture of, like, a young, attractive blonde person. And they ended up, like, eventually meeting, talking, and getting married, which is pretty wild. Just off the back of playing Gears of War together. And, yeah, obviously, the reality was different to the fantasy. Let's put it that way. But they're still happily married now. But you do wonder, if they ended up presenting themselves in that way, would it have gone the way that it had? Was there, like, an attraction that was based on a perception of what they looked like, based on how they presented themselves? Possibly. Possibly. Who knows? But, you know, they're together, got a kid and everything now. It's crazy. And it's been, like, probably 15 years. 15? 15? When did Gears of War come out? 2006? 17. Like 17 years. Fucking hell, man. I'm so old.
fashioned creeps in the real world. One recent game that I've gotten into which caters to my desire to play around with clothing and makeup is the open world free-to-play adventure game Infinity Nikki.
Bro, this dude is playing... What is this? What is he playing? What is this? Okay. This is taking a troubling direction.
To keep it brief, the game is about a stylist that enters another world where clothing has the power to bestow abilities, whether it's being able to fire gusts of wind, float, glide, fish, catch bugs, groom animals, or even be an electrician.
Whoa, groom, what?
Yeah, that last one's a little bit out of place, but hey, you know, it's a stable job with a solid income, why not? One of the unique selling points of Infinity Nikki, though, is that you can play dress up. Nikki is the player's model and their surrogate, and you get to choose what...
Okay, guys. I don't want to go there, okay? Because this is always a very troubling conversation point, okay? What is the age of this character? Though he must. What age are we talking here? Nah. Don't be silly. Like, the reason he's doing this is not because he's some sort of nonce, okay? It's because he's expressing his, you know, gender identity, right? I'm just like, I'm not sure of the age bracket, that's all. He's exploring his teenage years.
She gets to wear from hundreds of items of clothing and a wide selection of makeup and accessories. Once you like your look, you can also pose for some pictures while using the game's robust
Bro! This dude is trying to act like he's not on the fucking precipice of transing out. Come off it, dude. You are not making this character... Why? I don't even know what this game is. This is insane. He's certainly exploring something, yes.
photography mode, like these ones that I took. I can't say I'm a great photographer,
Right,
but...
dude! Okay. AGP. 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 AGP.
You know, it's fun. Now, due to my own policy, I can't recommend that you play Infinity Nikki because, as a rule, I do not promote games or apps with gambling features, or gacha games as they're commonly known as. Infinity Nikki is a free-to-play game, and one of the ways it brings in...
Bro!
They're commonly known as. Infinity Nikki...
What guy that is totally comfortable and accepting of their gender is playing this? What is... You're playing with Barbies at this point, dude. There's no way. This is like adult Barbie simulator or something. What dude is logging into this and being like, yep, looks good. Let's fire a bit of Infinity Nikki and see what's going on. I don't even hate it, man. I don't even hate it. Like, good for him. Good for him or her, if that's what he's going to be going by, okay? It's just very funny to watch this guy desperately trying to contend with the fact that he's about to start taking estrogen.
Nikki is a free-to-play game, and one of the ways it brings in revenue is by potentially paying to get a currency which allows you to roll for new outfits, many of which are some of the nicest in the game.
How much is he down the hole on this? Bro, that's his financial problems. He's been doing fucking too many rolls on Infinity Nikki, getting the nice looking outfits for the game.
Most are earnable simply through playing the game, but they're not guaranteed and require a good amount of luck. Infinity Nikki and its concept of playing dress up has spoken to me though. I like being able to play around with the clothing I have, create different looks, and to decide on whether I want my Nikki to look cool, cute, or elegant. Figuring out which makeup would...
Yeah, I like to do that too, with like a soldier character and what armor I'm going to wear on my fucking person that's going to shoot people. Like... And it's fine, listen. Everyone's got their own interests. But his egg is about to be cracked. And even if it's not guaranteed, any of the trans people that are watching this are undoubtedly going to be putting pressure on him, and he is going to end up transitioning regardless.
Would go well with an outfit, and which hairstyle would complete the look. It's fun, and my wife, who also plays...
His poor wife, come to bed, darling. Sorry I'm playing virtual dress up.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how
I mean, in fairness, he could be playing any other game, couldn't he? Oh, that's just a general problem when you got a gamer husband. Or soon-to-be wife. Soon-to-be gamer wife. Nikki is a college student studying fashion design. Okay. Okay. The masculine urge to be a cute girl. I'm not a trans woman, maybe a bit of a unique case.
Wonderful.
I'm also transgender, female to male, but I'm a trans femboy. Oh my god. Thank you for the super chat. I disavow the S-slur. Chud sees a woman under 35 and is worried she's a grade schooler. Look, let's not get into it, okay? She's an adult. Fine, I accept it. I'm a trans woman. Notice the profile picture there. Anime, young-looking person. And I fully co-sign all the stuff you had to say about how limiting it is to present in a masculine way. I'm glad you have a way to express yourself through games at least. This is precisely how I felt or so before I figured out I'm a trans woman. Oh my god, dude. No. I'm a trans woman, and I've had many similar experiences. No. Dude. I just want to say that as a trans man, masculinity feels liberatory. Femininity felt confining, rigid, and tedious in a way that echo how you describe masculinity. Oh my god, dude. It's never been more over. It's literally never been more over. All the trans people are saying, yep, I experienced that before I became a trans person. Oh no. He doesn't have a chance. Bro. Salari, okay? Listen. I don't like you, and you don't like me, and that's fine, okay? But I need to save you. I need to save your egg from getting cracked by these people who just want to see you trans out so they can live vicariously through you, okay? We're not letting this happen, not on my watch, okay? We're not having another philosophy tube moment.
The game is always interested in what I can come up with. She also tells me that I have a good eye for style, which is nice to hear when you consider it's not something that I'm able to do in the real world with myself, but I'd be lying if I said that there aren't times which I would like to. Having this outlet for expression fulfills a need which I didn't know that
Yes, we've got a representative, okay, from the you know, the LGBT community. But Mary Chu is not quite like these other transes, so, you know, speak to Mary Chu. That's all we'll say on the matter. That is the chosen representative to speak the fucking egg crackers out of it.
I had until I entered adulthood, and was reaffirmed by people who complimented the choices I made with my character's appearance. It spilled over into my actual life in some ways as well, since women friends and my wife have asked for my suggestions when they go shopping for clothes. What really stings, though, is that despite being given all this flexibility and recognition in the virtual world where I can present as female, in reality I still have to exist within the confines of masculinity. And as my love for dressing up and creating characters has grown,
every single character is some like hyper stylized woman. It's like so odd that they're presenting themselves like this is like typical pre-trans behavior. Every image is like some woman that looks like this, right? Like, not looking good.
I've grown more resentful of
Dude, every
being
single
limited
one.
with my actual options. I've mentioned this before, but the choices that men have for expressing themselves are painfully boring. Obviously, no one is saying that a man can't go around wearing makeup and a sundress, but the rules of masculinity are often left unspoken out of politeness, and men are reminded of them through being ostracized by judgmental glares, accusations, and
that is what we're here for, Salari. We're here to try and save you by giving you judgmental glares, accusations, and insults. Yes, correct.
Let's take a quick look at the clothing options for men. Off the top of my head, there's button-down shirts, t-shirts, sweat.
Bro, why are you picking like the worst?
Off the top of my head, there's button.
Bro, that is like the shittest shirt cut possible. Why is he picking the most fucking straight-laced bullshit shirt cut going? Like, yeah, if you fucking only buy garbage shirts,
Okay,
yeah,
wonderful.
sure.
But how do I
The
make
options are
money
limited.
off depressed people?
Chud, his FF14 characters are supermoded too. It's not just in the confines of the game.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I don't care about presenting myself in a certain way. I don't give a fuck about that, okay? But I'm saying that if you're a man and you are concerned about that and you're concerned about dressing well, it's not just a shirt. There are different styles of shirt that you can wear, and there are lots of different ways that you can wear a shirt with different items of clothing that will enable you to present in a variety of ways. And he is collapsing it down to, oh, shirts. Yeah, but like shirts can be used casually, formally, with a tie, without a tie, blazer, not a blazer, another form of fucking coat, jacket, something like that. Like, yeah, there's like loads of shit you can do with shirts. And he's presenting the most boring looking shitty shirt and acting like, oh, there's only shirts you can wear. Yeah, this shirt looks fucking bad. But you can, you know, buy all different sorts of shirts and different colours and different styles. You know, different fucking pinstripe shirt or whatever. I don't fucking know. Like stripy shirt. But I'm not into it all, but I just know that there are ways and means that you can dress yourself.
Down shirts, t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, cardigans, vests, and tank tops for the upper body. For the lower body, there's pants, shorts, and that's it.
Bro, why is he put, dude?
There's pants.
Like, you know, very casual looking cargos type pants. Yeah, there's like endless styles of different pants you can wear. Jeans, smart, casual, chinos, jogging bottoms, right? Sweatpants as you call them, you know? Like, there's so many different options you've got. He's just collapsing it down to pants, and he's showing like just some, you know, very like simplistic, boring style of pants. I mean, even this, to be fair, you could probably style this in a way that looks good as an overall outfit as well. But there's a multitude of different options that you've got. I feel like he is intentionally making out like men do not have many style choices to make it seem like women have got a lot more options as a means to which to argue as to why he wants to wear a dress. Bro, you want to wear a dress because you're AGP and trans, okay? That's why you want to wear a dress. It's not to do with men's options not being enough. It's that you don't feel that you connect with the male options because you don't feel like a man. That's the truth of it. Stop coping, bro, and just accept that you are in the midst of transing out and there's nothing that can do to help you, right? If you're a man and you're concerned about the way that you dress, there's loads of stuff that you can do to dress a certain way. And look at the options he chooses for shorts.
Shorts.
3/4 length denim jeans. Like, I cannot remember the last time I saw a guy wearing 3/4 length denim fucking shorts like this. Like, what? You probably could style it in a way if you wanted to, but it's not like a common thing. And there's loads of different types of shorts you can wear. Different lengths, different styles, whatever. Bro, this guy, yeah, dude, what is... He's acting like men have to dress like a fucking Mexican gangster in the 90s. It's like, bro, we're beyond that now. You don't need to dress like that anymore, okay? You don't need to dress like you're in a fucking 90s drama movie starring Samuel L. Jackson as a teacher, all right? As a fucking Hispanic gangster.
And
90s cholo fit.
that's it. Maybe a kilt if you're feeling fancy. But yeah, pants and shorts. What a selection. The pinnacle of menswear has to be the suit. A 2-piece if you wanted to keep it simple, or a 3-piece if you want to be a little bit fancy. This simple pinnacle of menswear has to be the suit. A 2-piece if you wanted to keep it simple, or a 3-piece if you want to be a little bit fancy. This simple combination of trousers, a button-down shirt.
Chat, rate my drip. Refugee Somalian pink and yellow stripe XL dress shirt, Walmart blue jeans and white chunky Nike Monarch sneakers from the 90s.
Very good, very good. Thank you for the super chat. Again, loads of options with suits, right? And as time has gone on, like the options available for like smart dress or that combination of smart casual dress has also grown. Like, it's not like he's saying 2-piece or 3-piece. You're literally looking at it in like on a 2D plane of what suits are, when there's so many different options, so many different ways you can present it, combining ties, different colors, different styles of suits, different cuts. God, it's just like really making out like there's just no options because he wants to wear a dress. You know, I wouldn't, it's not that deep, right? But it's like, this is like some sort of harmful misinformation for men.
Mr. Hot Pocket became a member. Mr.
It's not that deep,
Pocket
but you know what I mean?
Celebrates 1 month of membership. Maybe stuff doesn't look good on him cause he's a brick.
Thank you for the membership. Yeah, there's like different cuts and stuff. You know, go to a tailor. They can literally custom design and build you a suit that literally is customized to your body type that looks perfect on you. Obviously, that's more expensive. But it's like anything, you know. Yes, there's obviously more options the more money that you've got. But you can also shop on a budget and look great if you follow, you you know, certain advice and certain guidance about different styles and whatnot as well, you know? Just put the dress on your body, okay? Let's leave it at that.
And the jacket has for decades now been the go-to.
That's why dye workwear isn't so important. Dye workwear is an obnoxious soy libtard freak, okay? If he wasn't so obnoxious about the politics, I would agree, right? Dude, this guy is constantly railing on fucking righties having bad dress sense. What about the fucking lefties, dude? When you gonna have a go at a trans lefty? Have a go at a trans lefty with your little fucking menswear account, and then we'll talk, okay? Have a go at the black woman that looks stupid wearing some tribal thing that doesn't fit properly, and then we'll talk, right? Yeah, I like the idea of giving good advice and stuff. I think that's good. And some of the stuff he shows looks good. But it's always around the, oh, look at this rightoid looking gay and stupid in a suit. Oh, fuck off, dude. Bro. The way he gets overblown to this, like, big fucking, yeah, oh my God, you got to watch out, or the guy might have a go at how fucking short your trousers are. Dude, it's so stupid, man.
For men who are looking to feel good about themselves and potentially impress others.
Yeah, why don't you... Dye Workwear was suspiciously quiet about Bo Black's transition. Explain that one to me, okay?
A well-made suit gives you a good, strong figure that accentuates masculine features. When well fitted, it can make your legs look longer, give you broader shoulders, and depending on what kind of suit you wear, it can give you a casual look, a professional look, or somewhere
Okay. I'll be fair, I did pause Andy there. He is saying that suits have got a multitude of uses, so I'll give him that. She is saying that.
between. Suits are one of the few outfits that men wear that offer some level of expression and even some rules depending on your body type.
That's just not true, though. That's not true. There's loads, bro. Dude, this is fucking shameful. It's not just suits. You could wear, like, a colourful shirt in a casual fashion in a certain way with a certain jacket, and that would be an expression. He's showed the most boring clothes and gone, well, it's just suits and that's it.
Or what look you're trying to achieve. Don't want to look too rigid? Then go for a single-breasted jacket with 2 buttons, 3 at most, but always leave the bottom button undone. When you sit down, you undo the buttons. When you stand back up, you do them back up. Are you tall and skinny? Cuff up the bottom of the pants. It'll give you a more casual appearance and you can show off your ankles and shoes better. You can add to the laid-back look with a pair of boat shoes and some no-show socks. Don't cuff them if you're short.
Boat shoes and no-show socks. I feel like that's like a couple of years old in terms of fashion trends. Is that still a thing now? I'm not really up to date with it. But that was a big thing back a couple of years ago. I feel like it's likely that the different seasons have moved forward now and the trends are very different. Right? Yeah, boat shoes go crazy in 2050. We're like a decade along from that now, bro.
Though, since it'll make you look shorter. Are you wearing a black suit? Then don't wear brown shoes. Are you wearing a brown suit? Then don't wear black shoes. Are you off to a formal event or a high-powered business meeting?
Also, I don't even know if that's true. I think I don't think the black suit with brown shoes thing is necessarily true. It all depends on the tone of the brown. Like, dude, literally just go online and look up 2025 fashion advice for men.
Then wear a wide tie.
Yeah, I thought it was about, I thought the shoe should match the belt or something. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know all the conventions. I just know that he's wrong. I just know that he's wrong about this.
And use a double Windsor knot. Something a bit more low-key, then a half Windsor knot, like this one, or a 4-in-hand knot on a narrower tie is better. Don't ever wear a clip-on tie though, and make sure that the tip of the tie reaches the belt buckle. Not above it, not below it, on the buckle itself. And wear a clip to add an accent as well. I have lost mine, otherwise I would have worn it. There are so many more rules and options for suit wearing that I could probably fill up the next 20 minutes with them, but I won't. Most men don't really care about the rules or even know about them, and that's fine, but it's interesting to see how suit wearing has basically become an art form.
Yeah, it's true that a lot of men don't really care as much about this necessarily, but generally if they're going to an event, they want to look good. But the point is, right? The option is there if you want it. And there are plenty of ways you can express yourself with a multitude of clothing as a man, right? Like, yes, it tends to be the remit of women more broadly. Like if you go into any clothing store, right, often the menswear section is smaller and it's like on a different floor. Like you have to go up a few levels to get to the menswear section or something like that. It's quite rare that you walk in and the menswear is in front of you because they're appealing to the women primarily a lot of the time. But it is there if you want it, you know? Yeah, women are obviously the biggest consumers, so they capitalize on that initially, but then they recognize there is a market for men that want to dress well and want to think about this stuff and, you know, whatnot. This is what Vosh got into. Funnily enough, this is the thing that buried... Well, I didn't really bury. Vosh is doing... He's done quite well since then. This is the problem that Vosh had. In that he was trying to talk about some sort of fashion things. He got big into the fashion stuff. And he accidentally showed his fucking folder when he was trying to show some image of a, you know, outfit or something like that it was. The fashion arc sucked. Yeah, I don't really care that much about it, you know. It's, yeah. But some people do, and that's fine. But this guy's just being, I think, you know, I think in the service of obfuscating his own desires to dress as a woman and to put a dress on, he's falsely claiming that there aren't options for men, which isn't that deep and not that big a deal. But I feel like a fella watching this that doesn't know any better might take this as read, when it's like, no, there's loads of stuff you can do if you just go and listen to guys that actually are interested in men's fashion, you know?
Which has a surprising amount of depth and room for flexibility and expression while undeniably maintaining the identity of being a suit.
He's going to put on a streetwalker plastic dress. Also, why is your profile picture Bo Black's? Dude. I've seen it before. That is like the worst picture. When are you changing it? That looks horrendous.
Personally, I like wearing a suit because it makes me feel good. I went through a phase in my early 20s where I would wear one regularly because I could play around with the configuration. I especially liked wearing shoes that were a little bit
Dude! I'm very nice to Nina, okay? Nina is particularly irritating. But I you know, I don't do the band now. I understand that they're like some flavour of leftoid and are going to be annoying when those topics come up, and that's okay. That's fine, okay? We've come to an understanding, all right? I'm just a bit perturbed by seeing Bo Black's face all the time, okay?
conventional with them, like a pair of white leather loafers, salsa shoes, bowling shoes, or...
I've got to be honest, by the way, as well, right? Dude, I am becoming a giga libtard here. It's funny to watch this and have a laugh about it, obviously, right? But I'm kind of over, like, the anti-lefty shit, right? I'll still talk about it when it comes up. But, like, someone posted this today, right? And I'm just like, yeah, this person looks like a totally wretched loser freak, obviously, right? But I just find it difficult, particularly in the UK. And it's probably the same in America, maybe in a different way. But in the UK, I'm like, yeah, this person's totally wretched. But, like, they've been totally sidelined in our politics. The far left are a totally irrelevant and worthless force now in British politics, right? They've been sidelined out by Labour. Labour don't give a fuck about them, okay? And the real threat to what I perceive as the right way to do politics and move forward is like reform and, you know, threats from the populist kind of right. And so these people are worthless to me. They're not having any meaningful impact on anything. They're not a threat and they're not a concern. They're just kind of a wretched force that sit there and don't do anything, you know? So I just don't really care that much about it anymore, to the point where I'm like, yeah, these people are like fucking things up. Like, they probably are responsible, like in America, say, for some of the groundwork that's led to Trump. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they're a loser. I don't know. It's like, I don't feel the same energy of like, yeah, fuck these people. They need to be sidelined out, because they have been sidelined. Hi, I'm L, they, them. I'm disabled. I was diagnosed with autism when I was 10 plus. Can you explain why populism is bad? Because it's simplistic answers that placate the most people to complicated questions. That's the most basic reasoning as to why I think it's bad. I was diagnosed with autism when I was 10 and I take daily medication for anxiety. State support funding has been vital to me throughout my life. Disabled people exist. We matter. We deserve to be happy. Say no to Labour's cuts. Yeah, the unfortunate thing these people don't realise is that as much as they might not like some of the political decisions that are being made, if they're not made like this, Labour's just going to get absolutely fucking raped by reform come the next election. The writing is on the wall, and it's not looking good for Labour. So you either decide between the politics that Labour are proposing and having your little benefits getting cut, or the next election reform are going to win. Now, I'm sure some in chat are going to prefer reform winning, but this person will not like reform winning. They will not like it one fucking bit, okay? They're going to be getting stuffed on a train and sent to some camp up in fucking Scotland somewhere. That's fine. Anyway, I would hate that. I don't agree with that, to be clear. Tory councillor died in a crack den after trying to bag over his head while seeking sexual pleasure. Okay, is there something that isn't just a tweet saying this? Dude, that sounds insane, dude. That sounds like the old, was it Milligan guy? The old Tory guy? Is it a different person? Maybe a new version? Anyway, like I say, it's fine to post this stuff, and I'll have a laugh from time to time at it. But yeah, I don't really feel the same way. Bro, they are the most typical example of like a soy lefty that you can imagine. They literally got everything that they've got the keffir, they've got the pink hair, they've got the, smug, snarky expression. They've got these big circular glasses with the metal frames, with the arms at the side there. Expensive headphones, expensive, unnecessarily priced headphones. Oh, yeah, I paid for that. I paid for that with my fucking taxes. I've never talked publicly about my disabilities, but in the face of a vile onslaught from the government and the media, I refuse to hide it. Labour believes that disabled people should suffer. Based? I seriously am concerned about Labour's decision here. I genuinely am. As a Labour voter, I like the idea that disabled people are looked after, okay? But can we stop acting like Labour want disabled people to suffer? That is such an absurd framing of it. Come off it, dude. They don't want people to suffer, right? They just recognise they've got to make difficult, challenging choices that could result in negative outcomes. But it's not because they want people to suffer. They believe that we are trash who must be punished. Yeah, oh, if only, if only. If you oppose this, oppose Labour. Damn, this really set people off. Anyway, here's another picture of me, since it seems to make everyone so happy and welcoming and normal. I'm autistic. This is very worrying for me. Yeah, we're coming for your education. We're coming for your fucking medication. We're coming for your education. We're coming for those little toys that you play with to calm down when you're an autistic fit. We're coming for all of it. Labour's snatching it away. Keir Starmer, the fidget snatcher, is coming for your toys to directly come at you autists. Correct. Anyway, come on. Let's get through this.
These amazing blue sparkle dress shoes that I used to have, which even though I loved them, I still occasionally receive disparaging remarks from other men about them being too flamboyant or whatever. The women I knew loved them though, so I figured I must be doing something right. What can I say? I love a good pair of shoes, and I'd like to own a pair of Christian Louboutin loafers, but there isn't a chance in hell that I would ever spend that much money on an item.
Bro, dude. $1,300. Do you guys ever go to like a high-end clothing store and just look around? It's honestly a really fun experience. Just to look at just how expensive some stuff is, You don't do that? You don't go and look at all the weird, like, wacky clothing they got there? Like, if you're in, like, a big town... Like, when I go to London, I'll often go to Harrods and just have a look. And some of the stuff is, like, just, it's, like, well-made stuff that is, overpriced because you're buying the label, essentially. But you get some really wacky shit. You get some. I remember there was like this one thing. It was like vinyl. It's like some sort of vinyl jacket. It looked like a fucking someone had taken a vinyl record and melted a bunch down and turned it into a jacket. And they probably had done, to be honest. That's what they tend to do. They tend to do weird stuff with like materials and that for like these experimental outfits they do. The kind of shit that you see on the runway, you know? But, I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously these are probably a very well-made pair of shoes, but $1,300, you were literally paying for the brand, primarily.
Item of clothing, any clothing. Plus, I'm a size 13 US shoe, and it's really hard to find shoes that are above
Whoa,
size
clown
11.
feet!
I have stupidly large feet, and it's very annoying at times. The suit is interesting because it offers variations and rules, but it's a middle ground of men's self-expression. It allows for expression, but only within the confines of what is recognizably masculine. You can play with colors, but you can't go outside the lines. While it's nice to personalize, it's still a suit. It makes one wonder if men who enjoy experimenting with suits would have just as much fun exploring.
Big shoes, big socks. Dude. What was the classic line? What was the classic Chugger Conroy line? Bro, there were some absolute bangers in those messages. Big and stinky, you've got it all. That was it, wasn't it? Oh. Classic. Classic. Males do tend to have bigger feet. So that makes sense.
Clothing outside of masculine norms. I can't blame men for staying within the four very tall walls of masculinity though. I'm in there with them. I just happen to find a crack in the wall where I can see through, and I've begun to admire and envy the options available on the outside. Men don't put these walls up themselves though. Society does that for them, but many of them are eager to reinforce them. It's the dads who tell their young sons off for trying on their mother's high heels.
Okay, that is complete nonsense. That, bro, the idea that dads tell them off for that, bro, that's like fucking maybe in the 1950s, okay? Right? But normally it's seen as like a funny little thing. The problem is the progressives took that and turned it from a little funny thing to, oh, maybe they're actually transgender, right? That's the issue. That's the problem now, is they take it the other direction. Whereas it probably is just stupid, like mucking about, and it's not anything serious, you know?
Who tell them not to play with makeup and scold them for playing with dolls. It's the male friends who make fun of you.
Okay. Like, these parentless takes, dude, right? Okay? It's not that you would... I mean, I'm sure that happens in some families. I'm not saying it's completely off the table. But I think most parents would not really care about that and like, come down super hard on it. The reality is, as much as people want to push the idea that this is all, like, societally level enforced, it's not. I'm afraid it's not just societally enforced, okay? Right? I do not believe that it's purely society that means that boys want to play with certain toys. I think there is something, you know, innate in terms of interest in certain toys that are more applicable to young boys and stuff like that. I don't think it's you know, quite as, you know, oh, well, if you just gave them dolls, they play with that instead. You know? I don't know what the studies say about this or something like that, but I don't think it's as like, you know, like, oh, it's society that makes boys want to play with trucks and soldiers and make the girls want to play with dolls. No, I think there's something a bit deeper than that plays into it, you know? Call it with eugenics. Okay.
Up and scold them for playing with dolls. It's the male friends who make fun of you for trying something different with how you look, like a new hairstyle, wearing pastel colors, or having a skincare routine. It's the people who tell men...
Wait, what's that one?
...and scold them for playing with dolls. It's the male friends who make fun of you for trying something different with how you look, like a new hairstyle, wearing pastel colors, or having a skincare routine.
Okay, so that does happen. I'm sure that if you... But then there's... Male bonding is often centered around banter, right? Okay? And even if your mates think you look good, they'll take the piss out of you for it anyway. They'll have a go at your hat. They'll have a go at your clothes. They'll point out that you've got something new or something like that, right? It's like part of... Even if they think you look good, right? If you're with your mates together, they'll have banter. Like, it could be different if, like, you're one-on-one, you go around your mate's house, oh, that's fucking nice shoes, man, blah, blah, blah. You might have a bit of like, conversation like that. But in broad social male spaces, it's about taking the piss out of each other. And if there's differences and things you can notice, they'll have a go at it, right? And you'll come in with a new haircut and they'll fucking comment on it and mock you for it, even if they think you look good. So, you know, I think true friends would be comfortable with you fucking around a bit. But I mean, obviously, if you make big changes, right? If you make big change, like if you turn up wearing a dress, obviously there's going to be banter there, and there's also going to be an element of like, wait a second, this is like a big change, you know? This is like a big, what is going on here? Why are you wearing a dress, fella? What's going on? You know, that'll probably go beyond banter, I guess. But then you're making a big change to how you're presenting yourself to them. So that's obviously, you know, going to be met with some uncertainty and like, what the hell is going on? And then obviously if you've got friends that are like conservative or have certain views, if you were presenting yourself in that way repeatedly, they probably, if they were your true friend, accept you, but they'd probably be a bit unsure and not know what to make of it, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I think that he's really like making out like this is like some major negative thing. And obviously I'm not saying there's no issue with it and there couldn't be guys that are shitters about it, but it's going to be difficult to discern, well, how much of that is genuine and how much of that is just banter, you know, taking the piss out of your mates for trying something different, you know? Women do that too. I don't think it's unheard of. Well, I think that with women, it's not the banter as much that you would do, right? I think there's more lifting each other up, but you would more gossip about it, and you'd be like, oh, that was a... Like, you would say to their face that you like it, but then maybe talk a bit of shit behind their back or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm being misogynistic, but I think that's more of a common woman interaction, you know? No, you don't think so? Okay. That's my perception. I'm not a woman, so I could be wrong. Okay, I've not spent a lot of time in. I need to transition so I can find out if that's true or not. But anyway, I don't know 100%. Okay.
It's the people who tell
I'm
men...
going to transition solely to investigate whether my perceptions about what women are like are true behind the scenes. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be going into women's changing rooms as a trans woman, not because I'm a pervert, but because I want to see what they get up to in there and what they talk about.
And that they should keep their emotions bottled up, and that they need to be an example to everyone around them. It's a society that says that men should be men, and if they're not able to abide by the rules set for them, then they fail to live up to an arbitrary standard that doesn't account for their happiness, safety, or well-being. Men are told to stay within the four walls of masculinity, while being convinced by those inside with them that nothing outside of those walls is worthwhile trying or paying attention to. And if they do, then they'd be betraying all of the other men whom they owe nothing to.
I mean, sure, there's some guys that are like that. But then I feel like nowadays you're in a position where you can select your friends, and there's loads of people now that are just complete queers that will be completely accepting of any weird queer shit that you choose to do. Obviously, you've got like the egg stuff. That's an example of that. But beyond that, I think there's people that would cheer you on in pursuing whatever gender expression you want to do. You just need to find the right people to associate with. If you live in like Brighton and you got a bunch of queer mates, you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want, you know? And no one's going to really meaningfully question that. So I don't know, man. It feels like it's about what friends you choose and what you value, you know? Like, do you value someone just affirming you endlessly? Well, hang out with a bunch of woke queers and they'll probably do that. Do you value having some banter whilst it not being like super serious? Get some like more, you know, centrist mates that are going to do that. Do you want to adhere to certain like masculine hardline standards and not deviate from that? Well, get a bunch of conservative friends and that'll happen, right? It's all about what people's personal views are. I feel like he's really putting like, you know, it into a box where there's a multitude of people now with different views. And this is not even a new thing. Like back in the 80s, you had your traditional man's man, salt of the earth, blue collar guys. And then you had fucking people wearing makeup and being gender bent queer types. The David Bowie style of like presenting yourself alongside the queer shit, you know? Like, I don't know. It just depends on who you hang out with and what you value. And then that's probably going to be different. You're probably going to have some mates who are a bit more one way, a bit more conservative or more traditional in how they look at it. And they maybe, because you don't want to fucking get a banter about it, you just dress like a normal dude. And then with your queer mates, you put your eye makeup on and your little dress, and you're like, oh, look, I'm all queer today with my queer mates. Fine.
We are each other's captor, bound together by invisible chains, staring at the same walls every day of our lives, convincing each other that what
Bro, this guy is like so mind raped by this conception. Dude, it's like he's put himself in this position where he's so mind raped about, like, get out there and fucking meet people and connect with people that see it the same way as you if you want, and then you can live however you want. This guy is like, what is he doing, man? He's like making himself depressed with this shit, dude. You can get people that will just endlessly affirm whatever gay shit you want to do. Well, fine, go and hang out with them and you're laughing. That's why he's unhappy. He's like ruminating over this to some insane degree, and it's just not that fucking deep. You've made these rules up that everyone is going to adhere to, and not everyone is like that. I got some mates where if I turned up with a new weird hairstyle, okay, they'd mock me, or I was dressed a bit different to how I normally do, they'd mock me. And other mates that would be like, oh, you know, they'd be a bit more supportive. Like, do you know what I mean? There's different people. Different people, different things. What, like, dude, don't mind rape yourself to think that you can't meet people that are like-minded, that are going to enable you to express yourself in ways that you want to, you know. Do you know what I mean? What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets posting? Yes, exactly.
have is freedom, so long as you can accept that you can never leave. My fellow man will force me to be free, and never let me walk my own path. I don't like being within these...
What? Oh my god, dude. Bro, he's acting like every dude is like the fucking, you know, manual worker at the pub. Drinking a beer, blue, hey, right, mate, yeah, those bloody blacks, am I right? Oh, those bloody queers. Oh, what's that you're wearing, you bloody poofter? Bro, that is like not what all men are like. There's so many different types of people out there, dude.
Our lives, convincing each other that what we have is freedom, so long as you can accept that you can never leave. My fellow man will force me to be free, and never let me walk my own path.
What are you on about, dude? Like, there's plenty of guys that would be totally cool with it and would probably, you know, suck you off if you wanted because they're gay too. Yeah, is this not like, I don't know, like a misandrous perspective? You're putting men in this box. Dude, if listen, as much as I fucking talk a lot of shit about stuff like this in this room, if I had a mate and they were like experimenting with something, okay, I would probably have a bit of a laugh about it, but I wouldn't hate them for it and I would want them to be happy. Do you know what I mean? I'd be concerned if they turned hard in some trans stuff and be like, who are you talking to? Who's cracking your egg? But you'd be like, kind of chill with it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just so weird to act like all men are like this. Dude. Men are not a fucking monolith, okay? Making me talk like a woke way about... Men are not a monolith. Men are not one single-minded in how they deal with stuff and how they look at shit. There are some underlying things of male bonding that occur, like banter and stuff, but you know, beyond that, I mean, even then, there's some guys that don't do that, and they just want to support their mate, and so they don't go as hard at that sort of thing. God, there's fucking flowery language about it too, bro. It's like, bro, you mind raped yourself into a position where you're trapped when you're not. You literally could do what you want and meet people like-minded, and you'll be fine.
I don't like being within these four walls, and I never chose to be in here. I don't have the strength or bravery to knock them down, and I have nothing but respect and admiration for all those who reach the other side.
He's talking about trans, isn't he? He is, it's happening. It's happening. He's doing it. He's breaking down the wall by putting on a dress.
But the crack in the wall has been getting wider as the years have gone by, and what I've seen gives me some solace. It also makes me feel pity for the men who think that masculinity is doing them any favors. I'm truly grateful that in such a restrictive world, I have some way of being able to express myself and play around with identity, even if it is...
It's so wild that this
realms.
is the footage that he's showing of some fucking slop Chinese gacha game. Jesus.
I've learned a lot about how people other than men live. In online games like Final Fantasy XIV, I've been referred to by she, her pronouns, even by people that know me, and I was fine with it.
Oh no. There, guys, it's all coming together. He was fine with it. It's happening. It's happening. I'm telling you, it's happening, guys. He's doing it.
I liked being seen that way. I've had people say that they like how I look.
AGP,
AGP,
AGP, AGP, AGP, AGP.
On me on many occasions. Sure, I can never fully understand how it feels to be a woman who's receiving unwanted advances from a man, but I guess I have some idea now, and I can see why they don't like it. It's just awkward. It can be
Oh god, dude. What was that?
reality, and I've even had random men hit on me on many occasions. Sure, I can never fully understand how it feels to be a woman who's receiving unwanted.
Okay, dude, it's just so... He's got to make sure he gets that in there. Guys, I'm not saying I've experienced what a woman's experienced, okay? You don't... Bro. Dude. So irritating the way he feels the need to make it clear. Obviously, you know, getting unwanted attention or coming onto sucks as a woman. Yes, you don't need to preface it with, I can't really understand it. You can just kind of understand it broadly without this.
Advances
Anyway.
from a man, but I guess I have some idea now, and I can see why they don't like it. It's just awkward. It can be from messing.
What? Oh my god, dude. What is this? Oh, what is this? Them. You look lovely this evening. Me. I look lovely every evening. This is hardly a come on, first of all. Like, this is, who cares really about this? What is this response? What is this response? I'm a guy, you fucking gay, you homo. Why are you telling that to me, bro? Dude, this response is very homosexual, AGP coded.
With them though, and
3 months. It's 3 months now. It's 3 months. It was 6 months.
Wonderful.
Now it's 3
But how
months.
do I make money off depressed people?
The amount of internalized misogyny coming off this person is wild. Clearly his mother taught him to hate himself.
Indeed. Thank you for the super chats.
I'm sure that many of you have also been helped by games, giving you the opportunity to step in the role of someone that's a different gender. I know people who have even said that playing as characters of different genders in games helped them reach the conclusion that they're non-binary
Always
or
touching
trans,
it.
and that stepping into that
Oh.
role gave them a sense of liberation and comfort.
Dude, he's touching it. He's touching it. He's touching it, guys.
That's a really beautiful
Oh!
thing, and it goes to show how remarkably powerful media, and this medium in particular, can be. We often talk about how games can do things like fulfill power fantasies by being able to play as characters who are exceptionally good at what they do, but being able to play in the role of another person and see things from an unfamiliar perspective is its own form of power. It's the power to be someone that you didn't know that you wanted to be, to express yourself and form an identity that you have complete
too far
control
gone.
over, to be unbound by the expectations and pressure of society. The person on screen is not you, but it's more like you than you think. And despite all the rules of a game's world, they may be freer than you. I think I'm secure in who I am. I know how I like presenting myself, but I'll always wish that the unspoken rules were a little bit looser. I like wearing a suit and having facial hair, even though I hate shaving, because I've been doing it since I was 13 years old. Thanks, Dad. And I think that I have a good grasp on what looks good on me. If, like in a video game, I could push a few buttons and change my appearance and identity in real life, knowing that I can switch back and forth whenever I want to, would I do that?
Oh!
The more I think
AGP!
about it, the more I
AGP!
think I would,
AGP!
because why the hell
AGP!
not? In the meantime though, I know that if I want some form of gender expression, then I have options, and games are able to scratch that itch for me, at least for now.
6 weeks. We're at 6 weeks now. 6 weeks into the estrogen doses begin.
I appreciate being able to be seen and interacted with as a woman in games. I like dressing up characters like Nikki or trying to find
Come
my
on, dude.
ideal face and body type in games like Dragon's Dogma 2 or Monster Hunter Wilds. I like that I can do some modeling with the character that I've spent thousands of hours with in Final Fantasy XIV, striking a pose.
He's probably already Bo Blacksing out in private, I'd imagine. No doubt about it. He's got a couple of outfits, shall we say. Let's put it that way. No doubt. No doubt this dude is pulling a fucking goodbye horses in front of the mirror.
Trying on different outfits and hairstyles and just...
Find his OnlyFans. No. No, I think I will, I think I'll leave that to you, okay?
trying to express a mood that I'm feeling today. Being able to express oneself is part of being human being. It's why we have language, spoken or otherwise. It's something that closes the gaps between us and allows us to be understood and seen. It's awful when you can't do those things, and it's made worse when you're told that you shouldn't simply because you're not supposed to, and that people will judge you if you do express yourself. I really hope that you're all able to find your own method of expression if you haven't already yet, and I hope that no one judges you for it. If what I've spoken about...
you know, this idea of like, you know, I hope no one judges you for it, okay? We have got an understanding of what a certain societal standard is. Now, that doesn't mean that's correct or right. That's just the way it is. So if you present in a way that is extremely contradictory or oppositional to what those standards are, it's going to draw and attract attention. You know? This is what's so annoying about someone like the queer activists. They present in the most obnoxious and absurd way and then act surprised when people are like, what? What is that going on there? Why are you in a fucking suit covered in dildos? You're oppressing me. You're oppressing... No. You're clearly trying to incite some sort of interest. And you get it. And then, you know, negative interest. You get it. And then you get mad about it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, you know, it's all very well to hope for that. But it's just the reality that if you present it in a way that is, you know, very contradictory to the standards of presentation we have, that's going to be questioned, looked at, discussed, etc. You know? So, I don't know, dude. I just think, I hope that doesn't happen. I don't know. Like, if you want to behave in a way that goes against those standards, people are going to react negatively to it. And you just got to kind of accept that as part of the deal, you know? Like, stupid concept.
In this video has resonated with you in some ways, or if you've had similar experiences,
definitely,
then please feel free to share them in the comments, because I would really love to see what you have to say. In the meantime, be the you that you want to be, and if you don't know what that is yet, then try out some new things. You might be pleasantly surprised. Take care, and if you want to talk about this some more, then I stream live on Twitch every week at twitch.tv/.
Every week? Every week, bro. How are you going to afford your new fucking dresses and girly shoes if you're streaming once a week? Dude, these people are unbelievable. What do you do with your time, bro? How long did this take to put together? Probably like 8 hours, 16 hours tops, 2 days of like work. And then I stream once a week. What are you doing with your time? You're laying in bed depressed a minute.
/salari, the link's below. But otherwise, I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then like, subscribe, comment, etc.
Bro, look at him!
Not a request, by the way, because if you don't, then I'll tell James what you did in his bathroom. Yeah, bet you thought you could get away with that one. Thanks to all the people who support the channel at patreon.com.
Oh, this list keeps getting shorter and shorter. Oh.
Cuba XR, Mech, Jonathan Morris, Bailey Grevling, Catherine Pandel, Remy Allen, Grant Patience and Compassion. If you'd like to help as well, please
we get the gist. We get the gist. The SSRIs are doing a number on him. Yes, very true. Okay, that was fun though. Let's hope there's no brigading. Dude, don't do... Bro. No. Don't do that. Don't fucking go just put AGP, okay? I disavow. To be fair to Jomi has actually left a positive comment. So fair play to Jomi, okay? This person, though, come on. I disavow this. Positive messages only.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the kick sub. Let's go. Thank you. No, we're not banning Jomi. Come on. Jomi is a, you know, treasured member of chat at this point. Please wear a dress 8. Okay, I think that's someone from here, isn't it? Don't do this, dude. As an MB, playing as male androgynous characters has been a very freeing experience. Simply not being perceived as female lifts such a weight off my shoulders, and playing a male Viera in Final Fantasy, what is that, 14, is something I especially enjoy. Now, to be fair, it's not normally a problem. I just don't want it to get to the point where people, like, obviously, you know, we've got quite a hefty audience here these days. And I just don't want to... I don't want to, like, fuck people. I don't want to, like, people to leave comments and, like, you know, just fucking... If you want to leave a comment because you want to, then fair enough, you do you. But not because of anything I'm doing, okay? The Shelbo thing was extreme. That was an extremity, okay? So much on this, but it led to me recognizing I'm non-binary. Oh, dude. Okay. Dude, the Shelbo stuff was particularly annoying because I think I recognized the name of the person that was doing it, and I don't think they're even like... I'm pretty sure they're banned, or I've banned them a lot of times. Because it's like, they're just always like, it's just annoying, you know?